Wavy seams are a common hazard when sewing with knit fabrics. There are things you can do to avoid this problem when sewing on a conventional machine. I have a video that shows you these techniques if you want to know more. The link is in the description. But sergers have a built-in solution to wavy seams that is very effective. So effective, in fact, that for many sewists, the serger is by far their preferred way to sew with knit fabrics. In this video, you'll learn how to use the serger's differential feed to improve the quality of your stitching. Why do wavy seams happen in the first place? Knits stretch, and as fabric runs through your sewing machine or serger, the presser foot and the feed dogs apply pressure to it. The pressure squashes the fabric and stretches it out as it is sewn. The stitch sets this distortion, and you get a seam that is both wavy and longer than the original seam line. What's more, the waviness and seam distortion can be difficult or impossible to fix. A serger's feed dogs look similar to those on a conventional sewing machine, but a serger actually has two independent sets of feed dogs. One set is located directly in front of the needle, and a second set of feed dogs is located behind the needle. The back feed dogs always run at the same rate of speed, but the front feed dogs, having an independent mechanism, can run faster or slower. The speed difference between the front and back feed dogs gives them their name, the differential feed. Your serger has a differential feed control to adjust the speed of the front feed dogs. On most sergers, it is marked with numbers that start below 1, usually 0.5 or 0.7, and go out to 2.0. There should also be a mark for 1.0 or N on some models. At 1.0 or N, both front and back feed dogs run at the same speed, just like a conventional sewing machine. Below 1.0, the front feed dogs run slower than the back feed dogs. Above 1.0, the front feed dogs run faster. The speed difference between front and back feed dogs dramatically affects how the serger handles the fabric as it sews. Below 1.0, fabric enters the presser foot slower than it exits out the back. The feed stretches the fabric as it is sewn. Above 1.0, the fabric enters the presser foot faster than it exits out the back. The feed compresses the fabric as it is sewn. We can use the differential feed to cure wavy seams. Let's serge a seam with a sample of knit fabric with the differential feed set to N, or 1.0. At the 1.0 setting, fabric enters and exits the feed dogs at the same rate. The serger feeds fabric just like a conventional sewing machine. And just like the conventional machine, the serger produces a wavy seam. Now let's set the differential feed higher than 1.0, 1.5 in this example. At this setting, the compression effect of the differential feed cancels out the stretch effect of the presser foot. The result is a flat, non-wavy seam. Because every knit fabric has a different amount of stretch, you'll need to find the differential setting that gives the flattest seam. It's best to experiment on a piece of scrap fabric from your project. Just start at 1.0 and raise the setting one notch at a time until you get a flat seam. Keep in mind that knit fabrics often have a different amount of stretch along the cross grain versus the lengthwise grain. So make sure to test your settings along both horizontal and vertical seams. And test with 2 layers of fabric if you are serging seams in your project. For more videos like this one, like and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated.